This I thought was fascinating and super unreported, or at least I'm not hearing many people talk about this. Illegals coming into the country are apparently exploiting some of the insurance policies or schemes. According to House Republicans, Mike Collins, who leads a House Republican commission against the coalition against insurance fraud, submitted a report to Pam Bondi and the DOJ saying, hey, there are a bunch of illegals in this country that are staging commercial truck accidents in order to collect on insurance and then repay the Coyotes for getting them across the border. Lily, it's one of those where like insurance fraud is something that we should always be fighting. And the fact that illegals are now doing it just seems to compound on the thing that we should already trying to be stopped. So, I mean, I don't know why. I haven't seen anything about this. Maybe you have. Is this getting the coverage that you think it deserves?
Well, I think we need to be talking about this more and not for the issue of insurance fraud, because that's a big issue, yes, and should be covered. But I'm just amazed at the fact that people coming into America are such theater kids. I mean, staging a car accident to make sure that you get insurance money, that you can exploit the system. That's a pretty daring thing that you do, that you can do. To just exploit the system. So I'm shocked, and this needs to be covered for sure, because theater kids are getting violent and dangerous, and they need to be channeling that into musicals like Les Mis and Phantom of the Opera, not at our federal government.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need more of those too, but also I understand your point. Siaka, as a theater kid, not to go into your background, but I thought this was interesting. This was from Breitbart. Oh, actually, sorry, this was from the actual report. They list a specific individual who was an illegal immigrant from Ecuador who filed a workers' compensation claims 2 months after arriving in the U.S., then used the $15,000 in litigation loans and $6,000 from workers' comp to settle a $21,000 payment to the Coyote that got him across the board. I say this all the time. Cartels are evil. They're not stupid. And being able to exploit is one of the biggest loopholes I feel like we have to close.
Hold on. Let me channel my theater kid. Color. That's my shocked, and I can't believe that people who criminally came into the country would commit more criminality. Oh my goodness, how is that even possible? Look, this is all just part of the big scheme to strip America of its wealth, to break us down, to kneecap us, if you will. They opened this border. They opened up everything else. We saw a guy just firebombing people when they're walking down the street. We see people all the time participating in those peaceful protests at college campuses. They don't even go to school there. So I am not surprised. There's still more to shake out in this during the Biden regime that we saw and didn't even know if he was actually functioning during. So no, I'm not shocked at all. I'm just I'm not really surprised the mainstream media isn't talking about it, because remember, illegals don't commit crimes. It's only Americans. It's only Americans.
Right. Yeah, illegals are they're known for not committing any crimes, following every single rule. And yeah, that's what the lib mindset thinks. Speaking of the lib mindset, I thought this was hilarious. A Broadway performer, someone named Renee Rapp, I don't know who this person is, but they did an interview with Cosmopolitan in which the interview was just unhinged. Lily, she said that as a part of the entire interview, she said, yeah, well, straight people don't exist. They're not real, which is interesting because I remember getting in trouble for saying trans people don't exist, even though I've never actually said that. I've been accused of saying that. What
Well, what we do know about her as a theater kid as well is she actually was on Mean Girls, the musical. So she really just took that and applied that to real life. But she has continually said that the people that surround her or the people in her community are not straight. And so it very might well be true that in her community, there are actually no straight people, because as we know, Broadway is full of people who are all various types of sexuality and not straight. So, wouldn't be surprised if she actually legitimately doesn't know a straight person, but she lives in a lesbian frat house, she says, which I'd hate to have all of those lesbians get synced up, because that'd be a whole lot of drama.
We don't need to go into what that means, but if you know what it means, it's funny. Siaka, also in the interview, she said, we have an intersectional group of B words at the house playing Rage Cage on Sunday for no reason. It was kind of bragging. Now, I don't know what hell is supposed to look like, but if you were to find a better description, let me know. I feel like that seems like my hell.
I think that's in I want to say it's in the Isaiah. I forget which one. So you may want to check that out. But I found it funny from the article about the lesbian frat house. So I'm like, that means you guys are fighting and beating each other up more than any other relationship. You're probably breaking up every other day. You're falling in love every other day, and you're moving in and out of each other's rooms every other day. So it's got to be nice and chaotic. I would love to see that as the new Big Brother show. I would actually finally watch. That's just me.
Hitting them with the stereotypes. Love it.